Years ago, when I was a paramedic with the Riverside County Fire Department, but before I was with the Riverside County Fire Department, I was a paramedic in Los Angeles. That's where I got my training, and I was actually in LA for about 5 years. And so one night we ran a call. We were in South Central Los Angeles, and a couple of rival gangs got together. We called it the Knife and Gun Club, and they had the annual meeting of the Knife and Gun Club. And so one guy, didn't do so well. Actually, a couple of guys, they got stabbed, and so we had them both in our unit. We brought them to the local trauma center. One guy, he had a lot of stab wounds, but they were fairly superficial, and so they were going to treat him in the ER and suture him up and all. And it's funny, just kind of an off story, but the little Filipino nurses are scrubbing this guy's bleeding wounds, and he's crying like a little baby as they're cleaning him up. And the gal's going, macho, macho, man, just mocking this guy. But his buddy, man, he wasn't doing well, and they rushed him up to emergency surgery. And here's the interesting thing when you think about it. He's there because someone used a knife on him. And what's the guy who's fixing him? How's he fixing him? He's using a knife on him. What's the difference? Intent. That's the difference. See, the one guy, his intention with the knife was to end his life. The other guy, his intention with the knife, the scalpel that he was using, was to sustain his life. And so with God, it's the same thing that, he saves often through the trial. Listen, because whereas Satan is a lion and he's looking to destroy, whereas Daniel, these governors and these satraps, their intention is to destroy Daniel by throwing him into the lion's den, God is using those lions through that trial to accomplish a greater purpose through Daniel's life. And he had to do it through the trial. And so I ask you the question, where you're at today, is God allowing you now, today, to be going through the trial? And here's the thing. A lot of times when you're in that place, the question you ask is, God, why am I in this trial? That's not necessarily the question you ask. There's certainly some wisdom in that, because a lot of times we're in the trial because we made some sinful decisions, and so you're here because of consequences. There ain't no teacher like the burnt finger, dummy, wise up, and so that's appropriate. But we dwell on that a lot of times, and the better question is to ask, Lord, what purpose are you trying to serve through this trial?